All right, well, let's continue to break this all down since we've teed this up so well with former White House advisor and the host of America First Radio, Sebastian Gorka. Dr. Gorka, man, what a week it has been.
It is quite. This month has lasted a long time in the last 4 days. Look, we didn't expect this to happen. The president may have enjoyed a landslide. Who knows? The fact that this is the only nation on God's earth that has put 6 of its flags on the moon, and we still don't know who the president is an outrage. How is it? You tell me this. You tell me this, Sean. Florida, a massive state with a huge elderly population that does mail-in ballots, that does absentee voting, knows who voted for who by 10 o'clock. And Philly still can't tell us. North Carolina can't tell us, Sean. This is insanity.
Seb, you know, the funny thing is somebody asked me on Instagram today, they said, how come Dancing with the Stars can count millions of votes over the course of an hour and tell you who gets eliminated at the end of the show, and we can't count this? I'm with you. I don't understand this, and I also don't understand why the right questions aren't going to get asked. Philadelphia stops counting their ballots on election night, and no one seems to ask why that's happening and what it means. And just last night, lawyers from the Nevada GOP sent a criminal referral to Attorney General Barr regarding at least 3,062 instances of voter fraud. They expect that number to grow substantially. That was tweeted out by the Nevada GOP. Thousands of individuals who they identified appear to have violated the law by casting ballots who didn't live in Nevada at the time. Now, the question I have for you is, how big of a deal is this? Because right now they've identified 3,000. The margin of error is much greater than that right now. So what does the president and his team need to do to make the case that there's enough out there for them to overcome the different margins that they don't lead by in some of these states?
It's really very simple, and I've got to call into the president, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to tell him, because we don't have any secrets, because we want every legal vote to be counted. I don't care if you voted for sleepy, creepy Beijing Biden. I don't care if you voted for the president. Of course, I want him to win. I don't care if you wrote in Mickey Mouse. I want your vote to be counted if it's legal. But here's the fact pattern. 4 battleground states.
Yep.
On the night of the election, which were trending towards the president, towards the incumbent, suddenly say we can't count the votes, we're going to bed. What is this? In Philadelphia, does everybody have to go to bed with a cup of cocoa at 9 p.m., but Florida can actually count its votes?
Yeah. Funny part is I've been out in Philadelphia before. They stay out pretty late there. But Seb, let me ask you this. The president returns your call. What are you going to tell him that's different from what other people are telling him?
It's very easy. He needs more surrogates. It's great that Rudy's out there. I love what Pam Bondi and Corey Lewandowski did with that bullhorn in Philly. Has to happen every day. If you've got a court-mandated judge's script that says, I get to go into the polling stations to observe you, and you're not being let in by the local marshal, you've got to tell the world. So number one, more surrogates. I want to see somebody who understands the law, like Mark Levin, be pulled in. I want to see Dan Bongino as a surrogate. I want to see more Pam Bondis.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Well, hang on. I want to see really good surrogates. And then, because you've got to, you've got to communicate. Forget the fine minutiae of Sharpie pens and dodgy watermarks. You've got to show, hang on, in this district, 200 people voted who are dead.
Yes. That's so. Here's where I'm going to differentiate myself from what you said, because you and I spoke about this earlier today on your radio show. I agree with that. They've got to be specific. Telling people that there's an internet meme out there, that's great. Find that person, get them to sign an affidavit and say this is how many instances they saw, they witnesses, because you can't just say there's tweets out there. But Seb, here's where I differ. I think that they need a leader of that effort, so that you don't have one group in Pennsylvania, one group in Nevada, one group in Pennsylvania. They've got to have somebody who is out there that's got the stature, a Harmeet Dillon, a Pam Bondi, who is leading the overall effort that all those other state surrogate type folks lead into.
You're right. We need clarity. We need surrogacy, and we need a boss. We need an eminence grise at the top. I vote for Newt Gingrich. Newt yesterday on Fox. I know you guys are crushing it now, and congratulations for your live ratings during the election. But what Newt said is absolutely right. This is an outrage. People are trying to steal it. Why is Philadelphia? Why is New Jersey? Why are these places a joke when it comes to voter integrity? Let's clean it up. Let's fight the fight. And somebody has to be in charge. My vote is for Newt Gingrich.
Okay, second on that. You need somebody like Newt who has got the stature and the historical knowledge to get out there and lay out the case, lay out all of what you're saying, that here are the 5 ballots that were cast here improperly. Here's the 50 here, the 1,000 here. But right now, people need to understand how to make that case, right?
No, it's very simple. You know, you've been there. You've been there at the podium. You've been in the arena. Being effective politically, we believe in the truth, but you've got to be able to communicate it. You've got to take massively complex issues and be able to translate them to all Americans, whether he's a neuroscientist or whether he's a truck driver. It can be done. It's very easy to make the point. Hey, how did we have 1,000 people in this precinct vote for Joe Biden and their average age is 123? I think that's suspicious.
I agree, and I think that that's the point. I've been through 2 recounts myself. They've got to be able to have these people who can articulate the issues out there that are at play and make it so that every single person who's watching goes, I get it. I understand why he's challenging that. Seb Gorka, you've been up all day long. You've been once you get that phone call from the president, you call me and let me know what he says, right?
I promise you guys, if he lets me, I'm going to call you guys. And God bless and congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Seb. I appreciate it. All right, have a
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.